Greetings to everyone. I'm bringing my team today. With me is Gita. He's basically do all the AI part, and also Masniza Muhammad. So all together, three of us today. What I'm going to present, what we will presenting today is actually on the progress part. Okay, so this are the list of our team. We did data collection from last time. If you remember, we collect from the pilot experiment. We collected data from correspondence data from Indonesia University, but this time we collected from records department from Universiti Kebangsan, our university, National University. So we have actually Gita did all this experiment. So we collected about 1,000 records with eight activities and 26 transactions from the human resource department. So from this figure, you can see that our department, human resource department, the structure of classification is according to fact. And then the records we retrieve is actually, and we experiment the records from the number two, the second activity, perjawatan, which is the role. Pengambilan is what is pengambilan? Dr. Mazlisa, can you help me?
Recruitment, Dr. Min.
Recruitment, yes, thank you. Recruitment, service. I'm glad I have my friend here. Number four is perkhidmatan service, and we have reward and benefit. Number five, competency and exam. Number six, number nine, we have the what is kebajikan?
Like charity.
Charity, like charity. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10 activity from this 1,000 records. So these are the classification chart. We have 8 functions, but we focus on the human resource, the 500. So the second layer is the activities. We have the perjawatan, the service, the role, the list of work and tour, and the charity. And then next is the transactions, number of records in transactions and transactions per record. So the distribution of data set is based on transaction, mainly from the fourth one, the fourth category activity. The fourth one is the service, mainly from the service, and then distribution based on the records is mainly from the 10, 10 activities, the number 10 activities. So the data set challenges is the oversampling, which Gita will explain later. The oversampling was used to normalize the distribution of records, the complexity of data set, the number of words taken, which is more than 4 million words in the data set distributed, and then the vector dimension. So our progress so far is last time we managed to do the content classification, but this time we managed to do on the context classification, the phase 3, where we built the new matrix vectorization based on the records management concept. The summary of methods we use, comparison from we compare from the first experiment and this experiment. In terms of the data size, last time we have managed to get 500 documents, 500 records, but this time is over 1,000 records. For the data source, in the first experiment, we have uh, faculty correspondence only, but for this time, it's from the human resource department. Uh, and then for the data scope, it is limited to 2022 correspondence in the year of 2022 correspondence. But for these times, have more broader scope of departmental records. And in terms of the steps of text processing steps, the first experiment we did on the transformation tokenization, removal of stop words, lemmonization, and post-tagging. But for this time, we have the tokenization, spelling correction, stop word removing, and stemming. So that one is for text processing. For the classification method, in the first experiment, we use the SVM with linear kernel, but this time we use the SVM and LSTM for the contents and CNN with NER with the context for the context. In terms of the split ratio data, it's same. We have training 80% data and 20% for testing. So in terms of the performance, in the first experiments, we have better accuracy, which was 86 percent, but this time is only about 82%. Tools we use for the first experiment is the basic OCR, Boyer-Moore algorithm, and also Jar-Winkler. But for this time, we use a more sophisticated library integration and better data handling tools. In terms of the evaluation method, the confusion matrix was used in the first experiment, but this time more structured evaluation approach, which Gita will explain after this. And in terms of the data organization, we use date and type for the incoming and outgoing emails or letter. But in the second experiment, we use functions and activities. So that is about the comparison between first experiment and second experiment. Now I would like to pass to Gita. He will explain in details about the experiment methods, second experimentals, and on the methods as well. Thank you.
Uh,
Go ahead, Gita.
okay, thank you, Omi. Can you hear me, my voice?
Yes,
Like
yes, we can hear you.
Uh, good evening, everyone. I'm sorry I can show my picture because I'm not in proposed condition because my health problem. Now, I will explain about our second experiment because before we was doing experiment about content analysis, we try to make a model context analysis. We try to make a model for context classification record based on text classification. Yeah, we try to compare two methods between SVM and LSTM. And the result, uh, yeah, context classification. Yeah. We do the text pre-processing process, tokenizing, lowercase, spelling correction, stop word removing, and stemming. After that, we construct the factorization metric using using TDF and n-gram techniques. For LSTM, we use word vector method. Next data. Data training. Back to them. For data test, for data splitting, we use 80% training and 20% testing. After that, from the training, we use 20% validate data validation from data training. After for factorize, we use TF-VDF for and n-gram technique for build factorization for HVM. After that, using word to fact method to make a to convert sequence into a factor. Okay. Based on uh, based on result of model, we got from HVM 55%, 52% of accuracy with around 45 recall and 40 F1 score. Not too good because complexity of data, big of big of dimension of factorized data. Using LSTM, we got more performance, about 64% of accuracy. But for LSTM, we must pay with a complex accelerator, more time consuming and more the develop time to build a model, to run a model, because problem but privacy, data privacy. So we didn't use we just use a local machine to build this model. This result for text classification based on contents. After that, we move to the second experiment. We try context classification using image. This first we use CNN with name entity recognition. First, we recognize several we recognize context information based on panduan pengurusan rekod sektor awam on Malaysia. They was set what parameter so do on a record. For this experiment, we limited. We just use two classified from two activity. Aktiviti perjawatan and perkhidmatan, and then aktiviti perjawatan and aktiviti perkhidmatan, because this just to try the image classification using record, but the result is more interesting. We combine CNN and NER based on the panduan pengurusan rekod sektor awam. We just use 2,500 file with single page document image only. Because when we try to use multiple page document image, the result is not so good. Okay, next to turn.
For your information, Panduan Pengurusan Rekod Sektor Awam is guidelines, records management guidelines for public sector. Okay, go ahead.
This is a sample of a single page record. We have all context information from that guide. We try to extract the entity recognition and ignore the other record, the other text. After that, with CNN, when combined with the NER table next to me. For CNN, we use trend split with random split function from PyTorch. We use the same configuration 80% training, 20% testing, and 20% validation from data training. Yeah, we use two batch using size 128 and 512 image. For data model, we use 3 CNN block where every block consists of two coefficient layer with set maximum polling is 1 with value activation function is used to remove negative value from feature map. We use stride 1.1 embedding is 1 to manage the configuration layer and to minimize the problem with confusion layer. Sorry. Next, Doctor. After we use after we do hyperparameter with a number of image 2560 single page document, a number of epoch we set just to 256 and optimization using Adam with learning rate is 0.001. We got CNN performed 78% accuracy. But when we use multiple page image, document image, the result drop 32%. So we just use a single page for this experiment. Maybe we try to do some strategy to handle the multi-page document image. Yeah. Combine the result from STM and CNN, we got a performance around 82% accuracy. Yeah. We just compare the result from the STM. If the result is not is false, we try to compare with the result from the CNN. If the because not every record in the CNN is used. We just to compare, and after that use the good value. For next experiment, we try to use ontology with graph. We try to build ontology using what is this?
Knowledge graph, is it? No.
No. With knowledge graph. Sorry, it's knowledge graph. To do a structure analysis. To do structure analysis, we try to build a correlation or relation between record and a record and relation between record with activity. That's our next experiment. Thank you.
That's all. But the most interesting part is when we use point number 6, when we use multiple page, the performance drops to 32%. So maybe we need to have more discussions with
but I don't
Gita.
understand why, because considering that you base the labeling on all the contextual elements which appear on the first page, there is no reason even to show the other pages. Because in the first page you get the provenance, the time, the place, the object, what it is about, and the persons involved. So, and also the action in public documents tend to state that at the outset. No, because the other pages tend to be the narrative. So you say at the outset, following up on your request of a reference for this person, then I am saying. That's all at the beginning. You don't need to go through the 10 pages of the reference letter.
especially
Very
in all
good.
this.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.